Hello, everybody. Good morrow. Well, technically it's the afternoon, so good afternoon. Yours truly, Frank Morano here. A lot going on. It is 7/7 and July 7th. There's a lot going on. I don't even know where. Let's begin at the beginning. Beginning of my day, start with Sid Rosenberg. This morning, I was listening to Sid on WABC, and I was texting him about various commentaries that he was making on the air. And he said, "Hey, why don't you just come on right now?" And I was able to come on right now and jumped on within seconds. And we had a great conversation about the mayor's race and a bunch of other things. So, a lot of great feedback from you guys who heard that. And there was even an appearance by the one and only Carmine William Morano, who was kind enough to check in this morning. So, thank you to Sid for having me on, for inviting me on. And thank you to Carmine for participating in this morning's interview. Thank you as well to Greg Kelly for inviting me on last week. A lot of the shows on WABC don't tend to have me on. I can't imagine why, but they don't tend to have me on. Sid has been a notable exception, and the 11 minutes that I did with Greg Kelly last week, similar indeed. So we had a great exchange. Both interviews I thought went really well, and I'm appreciative of that. We were in Saratoga this past weekend. Oh, I hear my son Carmine running around. Come on. You want to say hello to everybody? No. Okay. We were in Saratoga this past weekend. It was a milestone birthday for my mom, and we had a great time up there. It was the first time that I've spent more than, say, 5 or 6 hours up there, and we had a wonderful time. I mean, just a weekend, but so we could have spent easily a month up there, and I don't think saw everything that there is to see. But we had a great time. Beautiful, beautiful city. So many little shops, so much culture, so much history. And we didn't even scratch the surface. There were so many things that we'd love to check out in the future. And I'm hoping that we can make a return visit in the future. I was trying to think as we were leaving, because, again, we were there just so quickly. I was trying to think of the last things that Admiral Kirk says towards the end of Star Trek II when they're leaving Genesis. But it was something about how, and if anybody knows, please comment. I know there's quite a few Star Trek fans that watch or listen. There was it was something about I think I shall return to this place. And then obviously for anybody that saw Star Trek 3, which a lot of people didn't like, but I loved it. It was one of my favorites. And for anyone that saw Star Trek 3, he does indeed return to Genesis. But that kept resonating through my brain, that line from Kirk. All right. Those of you watching, please like, comment, and share. Please like, comment, and share. I can't figure out. Oh, now we actually are live on Instagram as well. Like, comment, and share, and that helps more people discover what we're doing. I see, we have the lovely Sarah Simons checking in. Sarah has been a friend of mine for, let's see, almost 2 decades. I guess 19 years, thereabouts. We have been through it together. And she's a great person, and she's been, I think, very, very public about some of the health battles that she's been dealing with, and she is doing the same thing with being public about what she's going through health-wise that she's done in going through some of the things that she's gone through personally, which is maybe helping some people that have been similarly situated know that you're not the only person going through this. Sarah checking in says, "Nice shirt, Frank. Very summery and smart." Thank you. Yeah, it was 90 degrees today here in New York, and I had a meeting this afternoon, and the gentleman that I was meeting with, he was decked out. It was a very important person. I'm not going to say who, but he was decked out, wearing suit, tie. I said, "Mike, you're putting the rest of us to shame," because there was no way I was wearing a full suit and tie just to meet with you. No disrespect to you, but it's too hot. It's too hot. It's too much going on. So yeah, Carmine and I are about to go to the playground, but I figured I would take the opportunity to check in with you. A couple of things. First of all, if you have any questions, please feel free to do so. Pistek Billy Eric checking in. Wonder if he's related to my friend Eric Pistek. I mean, Pistek, Billy, Eric Eric Pistak? I'm thinking there's got to be some relation. I don't know what it is, but hopefully they're related, and hopefully they're both good guys, I'm sure. So there's that. All right. Malinoj checking on Instagram, was from the island, moved to Florida with you and Frank. The island is in good hands. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you, Malinoj. Saulwall, missing you on the radio, but you have greater things to do. Well, I'm hoping to come back on the radio sometime soon. I have some calls set up this week. Had some other good conversations last week. You know, here's what I'm dealing with is I'd like to come back, but I'm dealing with really three things. One is bandwidth, right? I'm really trying to put my all into being a council member. And so there's no way that I could do a 4-hour radio show every day. So there's just no way. It's just, there's only so much bandwidth that you have to be the best council member you can be and be the best radio host you can be. So then I said, all right, well, can I do a once a week show? Maybe. I think I can. And then I have to find somewhere that wants me to do a once a week show. And then I have to get permission from the city council, because the city council is technically a full-time job. So I have to say, all right, well, I guess maybe I could do it for free. If I do it for free, can I get a special permission from the city council? So before I can get the special permission, I need kind of the offer from whoever would be having me do this radio show. And then if I do the radio show for free, is that a violation of any rules, right? Is it a violation of SAG-AFTRA rules, or can I do a radio show for free? Can you work for free, essentially? So that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. But I'd like to do that. I'd like to come back and be on the radio. You know, my wife asked me over the weekend, is one of the few private moments we had when our 3.5-year-old wasn't running around. She said to me, you know, do you feel as if your identity is any different now that you're not on the radio? And I said to her, and this is the God's honest truth about how I feel. I said, I feel as if I'm still on the radio. I just feel as if this is me being between radio gigs, whether that means for a week, a month, a year, 4 years, 8 years, or 11 years. I don't know. But I still feel like I'm on the radio. All right. Pistak Billy Eric says, speed bumps Frank. Now, Pistak Billy Eric, I'm not sure if you are for speed bumps or against them, but whatever you're for, I'm for. That's all I have to say. So that's that. All right. Couple quick things. And then I'm going to try and take Carmine William to the playground. By the way, if you have any other questions, feel free to comment. Eric Pistak Billy Eric is for the speed bumps. If you're for him, then I'm for him. So, and please like, comment, and share, by the way, as well. Joan Graves checking in. Hello, Joan Graves. Got a nice message from Joan Graves in my Sid appearance this morning. Oh, Kyle O'Brien watching. I didn't even think Kyle O'Brien even had Facebook these days. See, Kyle is very trendy. Kyle is one of these guys that Facebook is very, people 5 years ago, and Kyle's very whatever is 5 years from now. Eric Schmidt checking in. So I'm happy that both Eric Schmidt is checking in and Kyle O'Brien. So, Gary Baumgarten watching as well, which is also very nice. So that's that. So tonight we have the final hearing of the Charter Revision Commission. That is starting at 5 p.m. I am hoping that you are going to testify if you're a New Yorker, because there's a couple things going on. There's two things. Well, there's three things that I want to focus on. One, I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post a link right here if you want to testify in the comments here. Yeah, tonight's hearing. There you go. One, they're trying to move all of the city council elections and mayoral elections, all the New York City elections, to even-numbered years, with the stated purpose of increasing turnout. But I don't think that's a good idea, because I don't think that the local elections should totally be swallowed up by what the national issues are. Already, when I was running for city council, people would be asking me about Trump and the Middle East and Social Security and stuff that city council has nothing to do with. If anything, you want them focused on street widening and speed cameras and speed bumps, as Pistek Billy Eric mentioned, and other things like that, local issues. So I don't like that at all. And if the stated purpose of moving the elections to even numbered years is to increase turnout, well, look, we saw what happened in the Democratic primary this year. This year's Democratic primary had higher turnout than any Democratic primary for mayor since 1989. Highest since 1989. So the key, I don't think, is to have even numbered elections. In my view, the key is to have competitive elections. So I kind of think this is ridiculous, honestly. And I know this is being pushed by Citizens Union, which is a group that endorsed me, and maybe it's at my own political peril that I'm saying this is ridiculous when the group pushing this reform is one of the same groups that endorsed me, but it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I hope people will testify tonight. Honestly, there's been a very small number of people testifying at these hearings. I think if 20 or 30 of you were to testify, or all 11 of you that are watching now, including Joan Graves, Pistek, Billy Eric, Michael Gaddy, and even Sarah Simons, because Sarah testifies with that lovely Welsh accent, I think it would stop this from happening, because it shouldn't happen. It really just shouldn't. The other thing that they're considering, which the Vicky Palladino checking in. Well, this is exciting. Having my colleague from Queens checking in. Very nice. Hello, Vicky. Or, excuse me, Minority Whip Palladino. The other thing that they're pushing that I think is ridiculous is they are pushing, or potentially considering, I should say, they are pushing top 2 elections. Oh, come on. Hello.
Daddy, can you play with me?
Yeah. I'm finishing this video. Come here. Come say hello to everybody.
No.
You don't want to say hello? Everybody wants to see you. Come here. Let's show everybody your jacket. Come here. Say a quick hello.
No.
You don't want to say hello? Everybody, look. Come on. Everybody, tell Carmine you want to see him. Oh, everybody's saying they want to see you. You got Vicky Palladino watching. You got Kyle watching. You got Joan Graves watching. Pistek Billy Eric watching. Come say hello, bud.
No.
No? Come here.
Put this on.
All right, I'll put it on. Here, come here. What do we got here? Where'd you find this?
My playroom.
Oh, you found it in your playroom? Okay, here. Put it on. Ooh.
I need it for the evil villain.
Oh, who's the evil villain?
Hmm.
Do you want to go to the playground?
Get me.
Do you want to go to the playground?
Put me down.
Say hello to everybody.
Put me down.
All right. You want to go to the playground? Not yet. All right, I'm gonna try and get this guy to go to the playground. Fighting a losing battle here, on many fronts. Okay. Oh, Nancy Willis. Hi, Carmine. What I was going to add, the other reform that they're pushing, and if you tune in at 5 o'clock, you'll see me railing against it, is they are pushing to have our elections for everything, mayor, public advocate, controller, be top 2 elections, which is rather than there be a Republican candidate, a Democratic candidate, everybody runs together, and the top 2 finishers would then advance to the general election. Now, this makes no sense. This is what they do in California. It's been a disaster in California, a total and complete disaster. And in actuality, what this means in New York City is what would have happened if we had this year, that we, meaning people that don't like Mamdani or Cuomo, we would have had no chance to vote for Curtis Sliwa. And if you're a Curtis Sliwa supporter, which I am, to me, Mamdani versus Cuomo, it's like Alien versus Predator. No matter who wins, you lose. So I think this is an awful idea, and it would totally disenfranchise Republicans, independents, third-party people. And in my district, I think it could potentially disenfranchise Democrats. because in my district, the two candidates most likely to make it to the final general election are two Republicans. So if you're one of the 20% of our district that votes Democrat, what does that do? It's ridiculous. It's not good at all. And I don't know how that would help anything. So when I've asked, I don't want to reveal too many of my private conversations, but when I've asked what's going on, why they're considering that, what they say is, oh, well, that's who showed up to testify. And you know what? I can respect that. I can respect that because, you know what they say? Government belongs to those who show up. Oh, there's a cat in here. And the people that have been showing up this year for these Charter Revision Commission hearings are folks advocating for top two. So I'm hoping we can finish strong today and one, say no to top two, no to moving our elections to even years. And the other thing, this is a little in the weeds, unless you follow what goes on with the community board. Oh, Stacy Marie says hello, Frank. And I'll make it brief and I'll end here with this portion of the discussion. The other thing that I've been pushing for, and I'm hoping they'll put on the ballot this year, is the community board issue. Right now, the borough president gets to appoint all the community board members in New York City. Half of them are supposed to be nominated by the city council member. But what happens if the borough president just chooses to ignore these nominations? So what I'm suggesting is that the Charter Revision Commission allow the council member to appoint half and the borough president to appoint half. To me, it's only fair. So I'm trying to urge as many council members as possible and as many community board members as possible to testify about that in tonight's hearing. And I'm hoping they will. So there's that. Any other questions? And then I'm going to try and see if we can get Carmine to the playground. We'll do something. So lastly, on the political front, Elon Musk says he is starting this new party, the American Party. I think it's going to be very difficult to see this party get off the ground. We'll see. I'm all for more choices and more voices, and I've spent the bulk of my life trying to create an independent political party. It's just all, we'll see where it goes. I think that, the thing with Musk, so much of what he seems into seems fleeting. Seems like he doesn't necessarily have the wherewithal to stick with anything in the political realm for the long term. We'll see if that changes, but he was for Kanye West, then he wasn't for Kanye West, then he was for Trump, then he wasn't for Trump. So we'll see where that goes. The thing that's interesting to me is New York State prohibits the term America from being a political party and the term independent and a few other terms from being a political party. And I believe that is totally unconstitutional and a blatant violation of the First Amendment. So I'd love to see Musk challenge that in federal court and get that law invalidated. So the problem is the whole system is rigged towards the two parties, the Republicans and Democrats. And if Musk can bring some challenges to break up that two-party duopoly, I say more power to him. I do think that the rationale for this new party, I don't necessarily see it going anywhere. I mean, good luck to him. But I think Trump has really transformed the Republican Party into more of a working class party. And it's one of the reasons I chose to become a Republican. I could never have been a Republican in the era of George Bush and Mitt Romney and John McCain and these people. And I feel like it's not clear to me what the constituency is for this new Musk party. But hopefully Musk can focus on political reform itself, which would potentially allow multiple third parties or multiple parties in general to take shape. See, the thing is, we don't even really have a two-party system in this country. We really have a one-party system. If you look at 80% of the congressional elections in this country, I can tell you who's going to win now, meaning which party, because they're one-party districts. Same thing with the state legislative elections. We don't even have a two-party system. So that's why when Musk talks about breaking up the two parties, it's really a one-party system. as far as the congressional level goes, there's 435 congressional seats. Maybe there's 45 of them that are competitive. So I really like to see having more of a two-party system first before talking about a multi-party system. Jeannie Collini checking in. Good luck at the hearing tonight. Thank you, Jeannie. Jeannie, a good friend for a long time and a staffer for Senator Lanza, who used to hold my seat as Councilman Lanza. Ellen checking in. Ellen, who accused me of speaking of AI recently in a recent Facebook post. Yeah. Oh, Ellen is a retired teacher, and the UFT is going to be endorsing Mamdani. Yeah, I don't understand you guys with the UFT. I'm dropping things. See, that's how upset I'm getting. I'm dropped my microphone here. Yeah, I hope you UFT guys that are not Mamdani supporters raise hell about that, because the fella is just dangerous. He is dangerous. He's proposing something like I don't even remember what he's calling it, but the Department of let me see. I wrote it down. I checked it out on his website. It struck me as so odd. He called it the Department of I wrote it down here. The Department of Community Safety. $337 million for the Department of Community Safety. This is ridiculous. So basically, you have gang members and people committing violent crimes with guns. And instead of sending the police, you would send violence interrupters. Now, we have violence interrupters. They're called police. Now, I mean, I don't know what scenario Mr. Mamdani sees. Oh, well, we have a violent gang member here who really likes killing, rival gang members and robbing people and beating them up. Instead of sending an armed cop who's trained to deal with this kind of thing, let's send an unarmed social worker, basically, a violence interrupter. I can't imagine what will go on. And we're going to spend $337 million on that? No. How about instead? Now, one of the things Mamdani has said is that the cops are stretched way too thin. He's right about that. Do you know what my solution to that is? Hire more cops. Hire more police officers. Mamdani talks about how there's a crisis with dealing with the mentally ill. He's right about that. How about more hospitals for the mentally ill? How about more treatment facilities for the violently mentally ill? Not doing away with the job that should be done by a police officer with, again, let me get this group right, Department of Community Safety. No. Jeannie says, no surprise with the UFT. I stopped paying my dues when I was teaching because they endorsed Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I don't blame you. If I was a UFT member, I would have stopped paying my dues a long time ago, because the fact that they're going with Mamdani, that says a lot about them. Let's see. Ellen says the retirees want Cuomo. Ugh, my goodness. Retirees want Cuomo and the actives want Mamdani. Well, look, Cuomo is something. Cuomo's something. I said recently, and then I'll end. I'm going to try and get Carmine again to go to the park. Cuomo is the one person that is able to bring all New Yorkers together, because no one likes him. You have the people on the left that don't like him because of the sexual harassment stuff. You have the people that don't on the right that don't like him because he raised taxes. You have the people that care about good government that don't like him because he had rampant corruption throughout his administration and then dismantled his own Moreland Commission to disrupt, to take, which was supposed to investigate the corruption. Instead, he dismantled the entity that was supposed to be taking a look at the corruption. You have a lot of people across the board, across the political spectrum, that don't like the fact that he renamed the bridge, the Tappan Zee Bridge, for his father. You have a lot of people that don't like the fact that he said America was never that great. You have a lot of people that are paying these sky-high energy bills in New York that don't like that he closed Indian Point. So Andrew Cuomo is the one person that seems to be bringing everybody together. And you have, look, I don't think it's an ideological issue at all. You have a lot of people that take issue with the fact that he's responsible for the nursing home debacle. The nursing home debacle was just so poorly handled, and all of his handling of COVID was so poorly mishandled. Ellen says Curtis should expose himself to other than Republicans. Ellen, if you know of an audience that wants to hear Curtis, I think they'd be happy to go. He was on with Bill Ritter on Channel 7 yesterday. And if there's any other audience that you know of that he can speak before, I think he'd be enthusiastic and eager to speak before such a group. All right. Please like, please comment, please share. Those of you that know me primarily from radio, which I imagine is most of you, we are discontinuing the Richard Luthman checking in on Instagram. He says Mamdani is one of the mentally ill. Sean Enright in Cape May, New Jersey, because they lied to us about what day they were going. He says he's going to the Lobster House tonight. Have fun, Sean. Check the mail. I think I sent you guys some postcard stamps. I hope you guys use those to send us some postcards. So where was I? Was I saying anything remote? Oh, just the Facebook group. We discontinued the Facebook group because the Facebook group was all about responding to things that I was saying on the radio. But with me not being on the radio, I don't know that you can have a Facebook group, because how do I approve posts when the posts are supposed to be topical? If I'm not on the radio, then there's no topic to talk about. So I'm hoping once I get a radio show again soon that we can bring that back. But for the time being, we're pausing that, and we'll resume once I'm on the radio. But there's still plenty of ways to follow up with me. Just follow the Facebook page, facebook.com/MoranoFan. And a lot of people say I should do a podcast. Isn't this a podcast? Me just riffing about my interests and my thoughts. If you want a log of my thoughts on various things, just go to the YouTube page, youtube.com/MoranoVision. Hit the subscribe button, and then every time we post one of these videos, you'll get informed. Okay. Ellen says Curtis should expose himself. Look, I know that scandal can improve people sometimes, but Anthony Weiner tried exposing himself and didn't work. He exposed himself, and what did it get him? Lost the mayor's race, and didn't end up successful in his city council campaign either. Stacy, I'm working on doing something out of AC, but you know what? The problem is I used to be able to go to Atlantic City every month. Now I'm lucky if I go 2 or 3 times a year. We're hoping to return there soon. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. Thank you, Stacey. All right. Michael Palermo, what do you think of Lionel? So I'm very conflicted, Michael, because Lionel was a close friend. Where's this Lionel book? Do I have this Lionel book anywhere? I can't find it. Can't find it. Let's see. See, I have all these other guys. You can never find the book you're looking for. That's the thing. The book is very good. Really interesting. Yeah. No, I can't find it. Anyway, Lionel is great. He's one of the best radio talk show hosts I've ever heard, and also a gifted writer, and a musician, and a comic, and a stage performer, and a lawyer. To me, he's a modern-day Leonardo da Vinci, and it's not because I agree with him more often than not, which, again, even if I disagree with him on everything, I think I'd be saying that. The man is just an incredible talent, an incredible performer and entertainer. I don't know what happened with Lionel, but about 7 years ago, he decided to just stop talking to me. Basically, he decided to stop responding to my texts, my emails, my phone calls, nothing. And I have no idea why. To me, like, at least Mark Simone, who doesn't talk to me, takes the time to tell people that he doesn't like me and to bash me. With Lionel, Nothing. In fact, what I've heard from him is he says nice things about me. So I've tried for years to find out why he just ghosted me all of a sudden. No idea. So on the one hand, it's so frustrating. On the other hand, I do tune into his show pretty regularly. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I think he's doing a great job. I don't think you could have had a better choice for that over show than than he is. All right. I'm going to log off. Please comment. Please like. Please share. I'm trying to take Carmine to the playground. Hopefully, I'll see some of you at the Charter Revision Commission hearing in 33 minutes. I'll see you on the radio. When? I don't know. Hopefully soon. So long. Farewell.